Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you all. Welcome back to the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hack, and I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. Let me know if you did anything fun this weekend and if you're looking forward to something super exciting this week. So I've got a lot of fun designs planned this week, so be sure to keep checking back at 11:30. So starting to see some of you guys pop up in the chat. We've got Justin, hello, Chelsea, Nyasha, Julia. Good morning, everyone. So it's Monday, and let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? I'm going to head on over to the Behance webpage. This is behance.net/challenge/XD, and you know what to do by now. So go ahead and sign up with this big blue button right here, and that will give you prompts every day at 8 o'clock in your Creative Cloud dropdown up here. So each day you'll receive the challenge, and we want you guys to join the community chat on Discord to stay informed, chat with each other, meet each other, and then be sure to watch our daily live show right here every day at 11:30 Pacific. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them while I'm designing in the chat. I'll be checking that throughout the stream. And finally, be sure to share your work to get feedback from both myself and all of the other mentors and participants, both on Discord and on Behance. So we want you guys to share with that keyword, hashtag keyword, it's all the same, XD Daily Challenge. So we had a lot of awesome designs last week. I was keeping up with all of your posts in Discord. So last Tuesday, we were working on the interactive elements, and that was a habit tracking app. Wednesday, we did the really cool Neuralink auto animate app. You guys had some really fun, kind of like futuristic out there designs for that day. Thursday, we worked on an e-reader app using the drag gesture. And then Friday we did that geocaching app, but today we're going to work on an exercise class scheduling assistant that can be viewed on both mobile and web. So we want you to focus on Responsive Resize to speed up your workflow. So we're going to be making both mobile and web. So cool. You can go ahead and click this Get Started button, and that will bring you to the Dropbox link. So go ahead and download that just by pressing the direct download button. I already have it downloaded, but I'll show you that in just a second. And as always, if you want to rewatch any of these, you can just press the watch video. Cool. So let's go ahead and jump right into Discord real quick. So if you're not already a member, I highly encourage you to join. We have about 20,000 members right now. Woo woo! So just to highlight a few of the really important channels over here. We've got the current challenge channel, so that's where you guys have been posting all of your work, and we give you feedback. If you are still working on the past challenges, that's totally fine too. This particular challenge, these 2 weeks, is not progressive, so feel free to skip around if you want or you don't have time. And then if you're new, be sure to introduce yourself in the introductions channel. And what else? These up here, these three are all of the announcements that the Adobe folks post. So Creative Challenge, this is all of the prompts, and going live. So yeah, awesome. Let's dive right in, shall we? Hello, Anna. We've got Michael, Niv, Chelsea. Good morning, everyone. So like I mentioned, we're going to be working on an exercise app, an exercise class scheduling assistant. So we want it to be viewed on both mobile and web, and I want you to focus on Responsive Resize. So if you've never used Responsive Resize, it's over here in your panel with the little toggle, and I'll get into a few of the details and tips about how to use that when we dive in a little more. So I also included some inspiration down here, just some various exercise scheduling apps. SoulCycle. I've never done a SoulCycle class. Have you guys ever tried that? I'm a little scared. And we actually don't have a SoulCycle, I don't think, in St. Louis, which is crazy. But anyway, let me know. Yoga 6. I belong to Yoga 6. So they've got their calendar up here, and they've got some classes down here. So you can just choose book or reserve. And then I like how some of these show the instructor's picture as well. This one has like a scroll. You can scroll through the times up here, the timestamps. So yeah, just a bit of inspiration to get you started. And then all of the resources, I went over a bunch of these last Monday, so if you want to rewatch that one, you can feel free to do that, go back to that one. The tutorial that I recommend today, if you have not already checked it out, is Howard Pinsky's letsxd.com website, and he has a video all about responsive resize, so feel free to check that out if you want. And let's get started. So I already have a few artboards already set up. So for the sake of time, I already have the calendar page done. So this is just gonna be like a biking, exercise scheduling sort of app. The homepage, if we get to it, and then choosing a specific seat in the class if you want to choose that beforehand, like if you go to a movie theater. So I'm actually going to start on this one because this is the one that I want to switch from mobile to web. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to start with some rounded corners like I always do. You guys know how I am. I'm into the borders lately. So let's just make this black. And then we will add, actually, let's make this white and then fill it with a border. So we'll check that and then go on over here. Make this like 8-ish. Yeah, wow, that was a good guess, 8. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm gonna add just sort of like a rounded rectangle-y shape up in the top right. And I'm holding Option, click and drag to just drag one of those corners. And then I'll copy and paste this, and I don't want this to like go over the edge, so I'm gonna just use the Pathfinder tool. Let's see, make this a little smaller. Pathfinder tool's up here. And then I will add just a back arrow, because we need to be able to go back if we want to. Make this a little bit rounded. Oh, Daniel White! Dansky's here! Hi, Daniel. Emily says, I've done a soul cycle before and I came back half dead afterwards. Okay, well now I'm even more scared, so I don't know if I ever want to try that. Oh, thank you, Daniel. It's so good to see you, or virtually see you. Okay, so while we're doing this, we want to make sure that we're grouping everything properly, because when we're doing that responsive resize toggle, that's going to be super important, like what elements are grouped with other elements. So I'm just going to add the same title here. So this is, what is this? Balboa font. Thought I'd do something a little bit different. I always go for the like non-serif, very like classic fonts, but today I thought I'd just do something crazy. Okay, so this one is for choosing your seat, and I want to add a legend. I think that's what those are called. Just showing like, okay, this is what an available seat would look like, and this is what a non-available seat would look like. Okay, so the filled in gray will mean that it's reserved already, and you can't choose that spot. And let's see. So I'll just add some text for reserved. And we'll make this Sophia Pro. My go-to, Sophia Pro. And then like 13. And then I'll group those, copy and paste them. And then I'll just say available for the ones that are available. And we will make this a fill instead. Cool. And let's make this a little bigger. Okay. There we go. Cheryl was bugged by that little that little corner. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Now let's just add all the seats. And I'm just going to use the repeat grid tool. So let's just drag a little box. I think I'll do like 4 across and maybe like 8 or 10 down or so. So we'll fill this in, do a little repeat grid, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That looks good. Might need to make these a little bit smaller. Okay. There we go. And then we'll drag it down like, that's good, I'd say. Okay, so these are all the seats. I want to add some numbers in there as well. So let's just add like 1. Make this black. And we'll just put these in the center of all these. But make it easier by doing repeat grid. A lot faster. So we just need 4. So let's drag that over a bit. And then we can go down as well. So there is a plugin that uses Google Sheets. I'm not gonna go in and like retype in all of these. I'll just do a few, but you get the idea. But there is a plugin, it's called Google Sheets, and let me go to my plugins. This one right here, and it'll allow you to just type in all of your numbers or other data in Google Sheets and connect it, and then it'll fill all of that data in for you, so you don't have to double click into each group. So that's cool if you want to check that out. Okay, let's ungroup the grid. And unfortunately for repeat grid, what I need to do is group all of these to like the square behind them, if that makes sense. So let's ungroup this as well. And then we'll group this, all of these. And the reason I'm doing this is because when you click this little toggle over there, it needs to know what element that it should be like anchored to when it's dragging to a new size. Otherwise, these will just get all wonky and they won't be the right size when we resize it to web. So go ahead and group all of those. And like I mentioned, you can use that Google Sheets if you want. And actually that's really great for calendars as well. Okay. And then at the bottom, we're gonna add just a rectangle for our button to actually reserve. So a little CTA down there, make it black, and let's see, I'll add some text. So just reserve spot. And then we'll make this all caps. And then we'll just group these together. Make it white so we can see it actually. And maybe a little bigger, like, yeah, that's good. Okay. So group those together and then let's center that. Perfect. And I guess I should make a few of these, like, let's select one and make it red. So it's like, hey, we actually selected this seat. This looks good. I never sit in the front of any workout class, so you would not find me up there. I also have just a little icon for a fan. Like, let's say there's certain fans like throughout the class. So I'm gonna delete this. Let's say there's a fan there and there's a fan here. If you just really need to sit by a fan, or you can add like water station or something. Yeah, feel free to have fun with that. And a few of these I'm just gonna make it look like these are available. So I'm just gonna switch out the filled with an outline instead. Just so we've got a few different options for folks. Make this 3, okay. Maybe one more. Do this one. Uncheck those. Make this that light gray, and there we go. Okay, so this page looks pretty good. Now what I want to do is make it available for web. So let me move these, just a few extra items down here over. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and okay. So what I want to do is turn on Responsive Resize, so that's that toggle right here. And all I do really is just make sure I drag it up a little so it matches that size. And then I'm going to bring it down here so I can match the width of web. So I already have this web. This is just 1920 by 1080. And then I'm going to drag it over. And when I drag it over, I want you guys to watch like what elements are grouped with certain elements so we can see what we might need to change. Okay, so right away I'm seeing that these 3 elements up here, those need to be grouped together. So let's group those 2 together, and then these with, let's see. We basically just want the header to all be grouped together. Okay, so these are grouped together. We want this. to be grouped together. Okay, now let's see it again. So it's a little bit of trial and error. It does a lot of the work for you, but you kind of have to do a few things just to make sure it works properly. Okay, another thing I want to do is make sure this title is like all the way to the left. So just double click in down to seats, and then we'll go over to manual, and I don't want it to be fixed width, and I do want it to stay all the way over to that left side. So if you go in here and you click auto and manual, auto will just assume, oh, I think it wants it to be just like grouped with all this, but it might be wrong. So if you click any of these, that's whatever side it will stay like magnetic to, basically. So let's click that artboard again, then we can drag it over. Okay, that's looking a lot better. The header. Now what I want to focus on is these down here. So the button is fine. I do think that I want all of these to grow width-wise. Height-wise is fine, like they can't really go anywhere else. But width-wise, I do want them to grow. So I'm going to select all of those, and I'm going to go into manual, and I don't want them to be fixed width. So let's see what happens now. Let's drag that over. Okay, perfect. So we can go ahead and drag this. So I wanted those to be super big. The only problem is the fans got super wonky, and that's fine. With like vector elements, if it's, usually those you just need to like recopy and paste. So let's just copy one of them over, and then we'll go in here and can just make it a little bit bigger. Copy that and paste it on the other side. Cool. Okay, so let's see. And then I think the title, we can move this over a little bit more. And usually from mobile to web, so I always start with mobile first, because that way we know that we can fit everything on that page. But if you start with web and you add like a ton of stuff, then it's like you might not be able to fit everything when you go down to mobile again. So I'm gonna add a longer title for here. For on the web, so I'll just say choose a seat, and you might want to add like a little subtext, so I'll just copy in here, paste that, and I'll just say something like choose wherever you would like to sit. Fans are available too. Just like some little tagline, just so we can like fill up this header area a little bit more. And I'll make this a little bit larger, bring it up a bit. And then these, I do think I want to drag them over, just so we're keeping in line with this grid. And the back arrow, the back arrow we need to flip. That would be going forward, so let's just flip it. That looks good. So you can kind of see how like grouping certain elements really makes a difference as far as like how Responsive Resize works. And let me go back into here, and I'll do that as well. I have a little bit of time for home. Let's see if I can finish it. I don't know if I will. But the home page, let's see, I just want to add some text. We'll say cycle bar, make this black. And what was that font? Balboa. Okay. And then we need to make it black again. Let's make it like something pretty big, 80. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'll rotate this. Let's do -90. Okay. And then I want to just copy this over, and let's flip that horizontally. And then copy and paste this. And then we'll say this part will be bar. We'll make this white. Bring that up a bit. And then I already have this image of the exercise bike. I just got this from Adobe stock, you know. Feel free to get it from wherever you want though. Bring that like right here. Okay, and then below that, I could just add like a preview of some of the classes if I wanted to. And then we'll make this rounded, so like 20 for that corner radius. There we go. Drag it down a bit. And okay, well, I should probably be saving and exporting now. So you get the idea though. So definitely just try to focus on different sizes. You can do tablet, mobile, web, choose whatever size you want, but I want to see you try one screen at least and in a few different sizes. So cool, let's go ahead and save. So Command S to save. And then if you want export, you just go up to File, Export. You can do batch or selected if you select a whole bunch of artboards at once. And I haven't prototyped anything in here, but if you did want to do that, you just go up to here to this play button and then click around. First you need to press this record and then it will provide you a movie file. So I already have, let's see. I already have this daily creative challenge. This is all of my previous week's challenges as well as this week. So we can scroll on down. Let me go into edit. So file, edit. So it was the first day and that was the habit one. This was the Neuralink. And then we had the reading app and the geocaching app. That one was fun. And then today. So let's add a few of the images. I already went ahead and exported them. So we can select some of those. Okay. Actually, this last one I don't want to add because I didn't get to finish it. So let's delete that. Okay. Those are pretty big, but you can adjust the spacing if you want. Go in there and, finagle things a bit. So cool. Oh yeah, CTA, that means call to action. Someone was asking in the chat. All right, so let's save this. And don't forget, go to settings. And if you want us to see and possibly feature your design, you have to go over to the Discoverability tab and add that keyword XD Daily Challenge. You can feel free to, add a description if you want, add some other keywords, add some creative fields, but definitely have that XD Daily Challenge, as well as share your screenshots or prototypes or links, whatever, in Discord as well. Cool. Okay, so I've got a few more minutes, so I wanted to look at some of you guys' work. So all that I do is I type in XD Daily Challenge, and if you're not seeing yours, sometimes it just shows all results, like the ones that are most appreciated or something. But if you just go over to projects and then you sort by, instead of appreciated, you just sort by most recent, that is one way to find your work. So a few of these I've already pulled up, and these are just some from last week, just a mix of them. So I liked this one. This was by Jack Watson, and this was the geocaching app, so Leave No Trace. I like the colors, very cute. And the badges I thought were so cute. A little boot app, shooting star, stepping up. First adventure, a little acorn. Oh, this is the cutest thing ever. So let's look at this prototype. Oh, I love this. Okay. Looking through the badges. Very nice. Showing the weather. That's important, and the trails. Okay. And you've got the topography there too, with the hill levels. Very nice. You put so much work into this. I love this. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. That was Jack. Good job, Jack. Guys, we only have 1 minute left. I'll save some of these for tomorrow to look at. So Miriam and Gabrielle and Sataji. I really liked you guys' work too. So that is about all that we have, time that we have today. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned. Next we have Alize Todd, and I will be back here tomorrow at 11:30. So stay tuned for that. Bye guys, thanks for watching.